We are a paranormal investigation team from Essex, England. With over 10 years' experience in the paranormal field, we run events at haunted locations in and around the county of Essex. We love what we do and want to share our experiences with you. Join us as we make contact with spirit energies that dwell in some of the country's most haunted locations. We are Essex Ghost Hunters, and this is EGH Paranormal.
Hi guys, I'm Paul from Essex Ghost Hunters. Sorry Russ, Paranormal Paul from Essex Ghost Hunters. I just wanted to do a quick intro to introduce the team and let you know why we've decided to film our events and put it out to everyone to watch. It all started last year in the lockdown. I know this is something that Russ and Si have always wanted to do, but I think what really pushed them was when we started going live on Facebook during the lockdown and just in a Zoom call talking about our events, anything paranormal basically. People seemed to really enjoy it. They were tuning in. I think we were doing 2-3 times a week at one point. When restrictions eased, we was allowed to meet up outside, 2-3 people at a time. So we decided to do live investigations out in the open obviously. And I think on one of them events we reached about 30,000 people, which is absolutely massive for Essex Ghost Hunters, and we can't thank you enough as a team for taking part. When I say taking part, I mean the interaction was amazing from the viewers. They were even picking up things at home where we was, or even in their own house, which it was something that Russ and Si was not expecting, you know, which kind of edged Russ and Si to start up a psychic circle. Wasn't sure how it was going to work online, but it's been going for over a year now and it's just getting better and better and stronger. Okay, one of the reasons that Russ and Si wanted to try and keep coming out every week, 2-3 times a week on the lives. At that point last year, people were suffering with depression, anxiety, all kinds of mental issues, which, you know, the team feel quite strongly about that, as in just to get people out of the norm, the everyday, just sitting at home bored, going mad. And quite a few people would contact us and saying, we're looking forward to the next live, where you're going next time, what you're doing. So that kind of spurred us on to get out there and do more of it, which was great fun. You know, it got to the point where the team would be messaging on a group chat saying, you know, oh, you're doing this day, and I wanted to do that day, but someone else wanted to do that day, and I done last week, so I'll give someone else a chance, because you could only meet up 2-3 people at a time. But it was great fun, and the way people interacted with us online, live, it was amazing. So we can't thank you enough for that, for getting involved. So I'll kind of start off by just introducing members of the team, how I see the team. One of the perks of, I've always had a camera in my hand when I've been investigating. I started investigating about 8 years ago. first 4 or 5 events that I went on, I've never even heard of Essex Ghost Hunters. It was only my wife who saw an advert for one of the Essex Ghost Hunters events on Facebook, and which was at High House, Purfleet. She said, "Why don't you go there? You know, it's only down the road." So me and Scotty T, very good friend of mine, we decided to go along. Within the first half hour of meeting the team outside, Simon was the first one to come up and speak to us. The instant energy that come off that man, you know, it was as if it was his first ghost hunt. He was so energetic and excited to get in there and get started. We had a 20-30 minute discussion with him, talking about our experiences. He was telling us about his experiences, and when he sort of went off to get ready for the event, me and Scotty sort of looked at each other and thought, yeah, this is going to be a good night. And it was. I mean, the first 2 hours of the investigation with them, I'd experienced more activity in that short space of time than I had the whole time investigating previously. And ever since then, we've been hooked. Okay, so I'll just give you a brief description of my background into the paranormal. I've always been into the paranormal, I suppose. I grew up in a haunted house, all sorts of things happening all the time. My granddad was a spiritual medium, he was also a minister. My parents were involved in the paranormal before me and my brother were born. Seances, spirit boards. So it's always been in my family, but it was only sort of 8 years ago that I decided to get into it fully. So me and Scotty T, we decided to look about and try and find a group that we could go and investigate with. We found one, we went, and the rest is history. We was hooked straight away. So I seem to have acquired a bit of a name for myself in the team as a bit of a jumper, a bit of a runner. Things scare me quickly. They don't. It's all misviewed, shall I say. Don't quite know where this comes from. What the fuck?
Well,
Oh mate, I can't do it. What it felt like saying, walk next to me then. Oh, you fuck.
What was that?
Ah,
You right?
there's a bleeding. I'm hoping it's a statue.
if you could only see how Paul is pointing the camera into the hole, guys, it is absolutely brilliant.
He's actually pointing in and leaning back. I'm nervous.
Expecting something to pop up the
Oh mate, I'll shit myself, Scott. Because all the time I've been with EGH, I've seen quite a few people jump just as much as I've jumped.
That scared me. That proper did me. Bloody hell.
No, China, there's something in there. There's got to be something in there.
I would say this is misplaced labelling on someone, purely because what they fail to realise is the difference between being scared and lightning fast reaction to danger, which I believe I have. When things happen or something unexpected happens, or you see something that you're not expecting to see, it's not that I'm scared, it's just I have a lightning fast reaction to danger. So I'll start with Scotty T. Me and Scotty T have worked together for many years. He's my best friend. I trust a man with my life. You know, if he says something happened, something happened. You know, he's not one of these that lie. He sometimes hasn't really got a filter. If he's got something to say, he'll say it. Since investigating with Scotty T, he didn't realise that he had a gift that he has got. That first kind of come into play when we investigated 30 East Drive before we even met Essex Ghost Hunters. He kind of had a snippet of hearing voices, and which no one else could hear. But when in our first investigation with Essex Ghost Hunters, Kim and Simon, we was in with them, he started getting more things coming through, and they kind of guided him how to get it out and progress his ability, which he did on the night quite successfully. And ever since then, he's just been getting stronger and stronger. Before we were members of EGH, we'd usually turn up to an event before anyone else. We'd have a walk around and he'd be picking things up, you know, oh, I can see this happening here, or I can feel this energy there, I can see people walking there in certain clothing or whatever. And later on, when the team would turn up, they'd go around doing bits and pieces, and they start picking up on the same things that Scotty T was picking up earlier when we arrived. Like, you know, you couldn't explain it, which just fueled him on to want to get better and better as well. To see him now when he works, it's quite good to see. He can just fires it off, the information's coming in and he's throwing it out. Sometimes it comes in too quick and he can't decipher what's happening. He would he's got no fear, you know. If people back away from something, he'll go towards it. He's got no, I don't like the feel of that, and walk away. So he'll always push towards whatever is in front of him. Having said that, I have seen a couple of knee-jerk moments from him where he has got scared, shall we say, had a little jump, done a little run. Not just me then.
I got that on camera, Scott. I've never seen you move so quick.
So we come on to Tina. Thing with Tina is, when you see it, she lives quite far away from the rest of the team, and when she does come over and we see her, the energy that Tina gives off is, you can feel her presence. You know, she's got such a great energy about her that just seeps from her.
Oh, sorry, I just wrote on because I got to say. Thank you.
All good? Safe journey up, yeah?
So excited to see everyone.
Such good energy. God. So I was built in ages.
Yeah.
She's always happy. What she doesn't know about the paranormal isn't really worth knowing. She's Reiki trained. She does past life regression. I believe the house she lives in is quite haunted. The area itself where she lives is quite haunted. She has all sorts going on all the time. The same as her daughter Darcy, which is, she's a chip off the old block. The apple didn't fall far from the tree there. Obviously, having Tina as a mum, she's always been around the paranormal. Again, she's kind of badass, you know. You can turn up to an event and say, you know, something's a bit negative over there. Try and stay away from there. You know, it's not, doesn't feel too great. And Darcy would be like, oh right, okay, let's go. And she'd be off. You know, and again, no fear. So Jay's another member that has pretty much not got any fear when it comes to the paranormal. He spends all his day working in a haunted factory to go home to live in his haunted house. What happens to that man through his life? Wherever he goes, he's the first one to get picked on by a spirit. He's constantly getting prodded and poked and pushed about.
There's like a dark shadow under his chin.
Yeah,
Can you use it?
age.
Can you use it? I don't know.
Something's tickling my ears now.
Right, okay, keep changing the face. I want you to completely change that so we can see what you look like in your day.
I think he should be fatter as well.
Yeah, I think he's got.
I'm working on that.
I can just see he's got no face, but you can sort of see the outline, and it shows as fatter, doesn't it?
Yes. Are you?
I'm getting pushed left, right.
Do you know Jack?
That's it, yes.
If you did watch the lives on Facebook last year, you'd know that he went out on his own through a forest walk, which is known for its spiritual activity. Didn't seem to faze him. Well, I say it didn't seem to faze him. I think there was one point there where he got a little bit unnerved, shall we say. But he's got no fear, but he's always smiling, he's always happy. He's a great guy. He again, another one, gives off great energy. It's a pleasure to be around. His partner in crime, Maz, she's just as strong because they're partners, you know. She spends a lot of time at his haunted house, at his haunted factory. I myself have been to his factory a couple of times, and it is full on and quite active. Yeah, same thing with Maz. You know, she's got no fear. She's very similar to Jay. She'll get pushed, poked, prodded about by spirit. I don't know if it is because they're partners. But again, very strong woman, very lovely lady. Gives off great energy on an investigation. Kim, I would say, is badass. She's not afraid of a lot, I think, when it comes to spirit. She's the first one in there. Very vocal, trying to get things going.
Come on, Spirit! Let's move it around the room. Let's everyone out. Let everyone be in. So if you're in here, push everyone forward. Come on, Spirit. We're all waiting for something spectacular to happen.
She's another member of the team that her home is quite haunted. I think there's a number of spirits that roam around her home. Very acute when it comes to the paranormal. Very open. Again, you know where you stand with Kim. She's very vocal. You can tell what mood she's in. if she's annoyed with spirit, if she's angry with spirit. I don't think I've ever seen Kim say, "Oh, that worries me, I'm scared." Don't happen with Kim. But again, fantastic energy about her. And with Kim, I'll remember the way she worked with Scotty T in our first investigation with EGH. The way she sort of pulled Scott's ability out of him, to pick up on what he was picking up on, to see it. This is why we want to try and record everything, so we can show the people how the team work. So Russell is the team leader. I believe he's in Simon's group. What that man don't know about paranormal isn't worth knowing. It's very focused, such a strong head, you know, but always upbeat, always looking at the positive, always looking out for other people, always looking for the next adventure. The man's got such a great energy about him, and the thing with the family, he's the EGH family. He's the go-to guy. You know, if something's not right, if someone needs advice, it's usually Russ. I myself have had to call up Russ on an occasion where unfortunately I did bring something back with me. Boom, he was there, dropped everything that night, come round, come see us, you know, done his thing. Again, amazing to watch. What that man don't know, it ain't worth knowing. He just puts you at ease. You feel safe when you're with him. You don't worry about anything going wrong if Russell's there. Same with Simon. Simon's pops. He's the granddad of the group, and I don't want that to come out sound horrible. As in, he's old. He's the father figure. He's the Don. Again, the energy that man gives off. The thing with Simon, he's got such a passion for the paranormal. He loves every minute of it. He's always laughing, joking, and he's serious when he needs to be serious. The banter between Russ and Si is always great. That lifts the energy up. Always having digs at each other, harmless digs.
Spirit, can you affect somebody upstairs, please? It was Russ, wasn't it? You know what?
Dave, what was that?
Russ, Dave, what was that? God, he's speaking well, wasn't he?
What?
Spirit, then, can you affect Russell? Put him on his arse.
What? Heat on his bus.
Put him on his arse.
I love watching Simon work. He's just, you can almost hear all the clocks and conversations going on in his head when he's working. You can just see him having a conversation with someone you can't see or hear, you know, and then he'll fire out the evidence, the what he's getting, and it all marries up with what other people are getting, or the what's going on. And when you check back on the information, you know, you're right. Sandra's got the name of Queen of the Bald. Sandra is the go-to person when it comes to a spirit board. She's very intelligent when it comes to using the board correctly. She'll protect the board, she'll open the board up correctly, she'll close the board down correctly. If you're going to do a spirit board, you want Sandra running it. She knows her stuff, you know, and she knows if something doesn't feel right, something isn't coming through right, she'll shut it down there and then try and move on to different energies. If you're going to do a board, you want to do a board with Sandra. She knows her stuff. I've got a lot of time for Sandra. She's such a lovely lady. Very caring, very, you know, even though we've got our group chats going with the team. If for whatever reason someone's quiet, if I'm quiet and doesn't interact so much on the team, because we all work full-time jobs, she'll always throw me a personal message, you know, everything okay, which is great. It just shows that she's always thinking of other people, you know. Sandra, she is one in a million, heart of gold. But the thing with Sandra, as Russell say, there's always two sides, you know, the yin yang, good, bad. So with Sandra, she does come with a set of rules that should be followed when you're out investigating with Sandra. Very important. So I better let the people know about these rules in case you're ever out investigating with Sandra. I'll just stick to the main two. First rule, never mention fishing waders. That's just a no-no. The second rule, the most important rule, if you find yourself ever in a wooded area overnight having an investigation with Sandra, under no circumstances do you point a camera or torch in her face, in her line of sight. This is just a massive no. If you saw the lives that we done last year, I think it was Cash as well, I myself made the mistake of shining my torch in her face. This rule is up there with, you know, don't feed a mugwai after midnight. I'm talking apocalyptic consequences. So I'm kind of lucky to be here now to tell the tale. The only reason I am is because of my lightning fast reactions to danger. Unfortunately, I haven't had the pleasure of investigating that much with Lauren. I did go on a couple of events with her before I was part of the team as a paying guest at Kelvedon Hatch. Again, lovely lady. She has taken some time off to start a family, understandably. Family comes first. Again, the energy that just oozes out of her when she's on an event. She's such a lovely lady. She's a very intelligent lady. She's developed an application that goes through your footage that will pick up and highlight any abnormalities in your footage, you know, any distortion in your pixelization or anything like that, and it will set. I mean, I wouldn't even know where to start. I probably wouldn't even be able to use the app. So I think watch this space with Lauren. I can see many more things coming from her. Hopefully she'll be joining us in a lot more investigations. So there you go, that's Essex Ghost Hunters, that's the team. I think I've covered everyone important anyway. Oh no, wait, sorry, tell a lie. Henry. Sorry, Henry. So when I first met Henry was mine and Scotty's first investigation at High House Purfleet. He was in the last group out with Mark, a former member of EGH, another great guy. He, I'll be honest, I've got the confession to make. When we was walking out, I thought, he's just a boy, isn't he? He's just a lad, what's he gonna know? How wrong I was. Thing with Henry, I think he surprised me more than anyone out of the team. in a good way. His ability is second to none. I think it surprised me more than anything because I thought he's just a young lad. To see him work, even the short space of time I've known Henry and worked with Henry, I've seen his confidence and his ability grow. What stood out for me the most, I think, was at Shepton Mallet Prison. We was all in the cells on the bottom floor, and I kind of looked out and we see a shadow figure walk across the top of the stairway. So me and Henry went to investigate, and we was at the top of the stairs having a discussion in one of the cells, and he just stopped mid-conversation and said, "Hey Scott, check on Scott." "Sorry? Where's Scott?" So, "I don't know." "Is he alright?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "I've just had it come through, check Scott now." So we started calling out. Scott was responding. He was downstairs in the cell still where we was. He was answering questions, but he didn't sound right, didn't sound like Scott. So we goes running down now, and rightly so. I mean, even to this day, Scott will tell you he don't remember a thing about what happened now. That's the first time I've ever seen anyone actually get taken over by spirit the way he did. He didn't even look like Scott. He didn't. I don't know. It just wasn't him.
Here he is. Henry, careful. Be careful, because this could be the guy that's Mr. Biggs' silencer.
Spirit, am I okay to talk to you? Yeah. Can you tell me your name, please?
Scott. This could be trouble. I'm the one making all the noise. I'm the one that's making all the noise. Come down. I'm the one that's making all the noise, isn't you?
Him over there, yeah.
Me and him make noise. Right, where are you, mate?
Spirit, can you tell me your name again, please? Your real name.
But rightly so, Russ come along straight away, sort of shook him out of it. At the time we were still paying guests. You know, the last thing you want is something to happen. I think it was more a fact of where he was, you know, in the prison, where you would have had some unsavoury characters in there. And Scotty's a big guy. You don't really want him to take on a persona of someone who's not a very nice guy, and so the best course of action there was to, you know, let's wake him up and get him out of this situation, which Russ did quite successfully. I think it shook him up a bit, Scotty, which is unusual to see. But Henry was the first one. I've got a lot of time for Henry. He's a great guy, great energy. He looks after himself. He's just an out and out great guy. I love investigating with him. He's a great laugh, very down to earth. Yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't quite got that far with the gift yet. I'm working on it. I'm on Russell and Simon's Psychic Circle every week. I have been for just over a year now, just to progress my ability myself. But to be fair, when I do the events, I try to spend most of my time focusing on the filming side of things now. I've always had a camera in my hand. I've always sort of took a step back and just watched how the team work. It's always fascinated me. Every single member of the team have got different abilities and different ways of communicating with spirit, and it fascinates me. I like to just sit back and watch it. And now, knowing that they wanted to record the events and put them out to everyone, I was first in line, you know. I'm your man. I'm quite happily to sit back, film it, and try and put it all together in a way that people enjoy watching it, and hopefully I shall be able to do that. Bearing in mind I am rank amateur at all this, the editing, the watching the footage, putting it all together to go out, it's very time consuming, a bit more than I was expecting, but I love it and I do enjoy it, and I hope to do the team proud and when I put the episodes together. Hopefully I'll get better and better as time goes on. I have to say, on the first couple of investigations, I didn't know at the time, because of lockdowns everything got pushed back. The events were sort of one weekend and the following weekend and the following weekend, so I didn't really have much time in between to go through the footage to make sure it was all right. And unfortunately, looking back at it, I had some sound issues with the microphones wasn't quite set up right, so I'm going to try and sort the sound out before I put them out. Unfortunately, I've got the same mic on this camera at the moment, so if there is a bit of interference, I do apologise. But other than that, I love it. I can't get enough of it, doing this sort of thing for the team. So there you have it, that's the team. Hopefully you can see that I'm not the only one that has a little scared moment, a little jump moment. We're all just as bad, we're all just as good. We all turn up, do our bit, but we are all together, and I feel very proud and privileged to be a part of this team. It is a family. It does feel like a family. I've got just as much time for them as they have got for me. You can't. I couldn't put into words what it means to be a part of this team, and I will be forever grateful to have been asked to be a part of this team. I love it, and I think everyone's got a path in life. Everything happens for a reason, and for me, I really truly feel that meeting Essex Ghost Hunters was certainly in my different paths leading into that one place. I really feel I am where I'm meant to be in life when it comes to the team.
So there you have it, guys. That was your intro into Essex Ghost Hunters. We're just about to start another ghost hunt at Valence House. I watched the video back, forgive me for looking all sweaty and horrible, but I did choose the hottest day of the year to do the intro. Apologise about that. Hope you enjoy the up and coming programmes. See you soon.